We now request our Chief Guest, Hon'ble Governor Shri R N Ravi, to deliver Chief Guest Special Address, sir. Please.
The soul of Amar Seva Sangam, Padma Shri Thiru S. Ramakrishnan, the driving force behind this legendary institution. Thiru S. Sankar Raman, who has assisted Sri Ramakrishnan very ably all these decades in raising this organization. Thiru Akash, District Collector. Thiru Jagannathan, Senior Director, Sanmina India Pvt Ltd. Members of Amar Seva Sangam, functionaries, all the distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen, Anaivarkom Vanakam. It's my a moment of pride and privilege to be here at this very historic place of Tenkasi, a place rich in its glorious past, and a place which holds a very bright future, not only for itself but for the whole country. For me, coming to Amar Seva Sangam is like a pilgrimage. It's like visiting a temple. In our Sanatan Sanskriti and Adhyatma, Manav Seva is Param Dharma. It is the supreme dharma to serve the humanity. And this institution has been serving the humanity, that section of the humanity which has for very long time been sidelined by the so-called mainstream society. The person, those who are differently abled, they are from among us. They are as much citizen of this country as anyone else. And they have as much right and expectation to live with dignity in the society as anyone else. We do not have the exact number of such persons because we do not have a very credible data which could tell us the exact number of, or even somewhat the proximate number of persons, those who are differently abled in our country. Someone says 30 million, someone says 50 million. There are data that shows maybe 80 million. Certain kind of disabilities are even concealed. Society is not yet coming forward to acknowledge it. The physical disabilities are seen. One sees it and it is noticed. But we have a large number of our citizens, our children, who are on a spectrum, who are autistic. They are not accounted for properly. And unfortunately, in our society, when it comes to a girl child, there is a greater inhibition in acknowledging the fact. And when there is an inhibition in acknowledging the fact that the child is special and child needs intervention, that too early intervention, a very critical period is lost when some corrective interventions could be made. So there is a huge need for greater awareness in our society about people who are differently abled physically, differently abled cognitively, and how to deal with them. Of late, governments have been coming up with initiative, legislative measures. We know the Parliament enacted a law, Rights of Persons with Disability, in 2016. Now this act of Parliament gives certain rights to differently abled persons. But one feels sad that even the awareness about this act is very, very minimal. Its enforcement is a long overdue task. For example, I made some inquiry about their admission to schools. The Act says that a school has to provide a special teacher. And the Act provides a school cannot discriminate a child who is differently able for getting admission in the school and getting access to education. But many schools are not aware of. And the one who is supposed to enforce it, I was shocked to see in some states that this responsibility is given to, invariably to the Director of Education in many states, this being a state subject, as a concurrent responsibility. And many of them are not even aware that, well, they are supposed to enforce this act. Now this apathy, this lack of awareness, despite your Parliament has made an act, is not enough. There has to be greater awareness, greater sensitivity. I am okay, I am fine, I don't need to care, so I don't care for others. No, this is not acceptable. Number is increasing by the day. And so there is a greater need for greater awareness and more appropriate interventions. Now, Amar Seva Sangam it has had a 40 years of long, illustrious journey. In the last 40 years, it has earned a reputation of being a credible, very, very credible and very, very sensitive institution to help those who need the help. I admire the spirit of Sri Ramakrishnan and Sri Shankar Raman. As they said, disability is a condition. It can happen to anybody. All of us, those who are very, very happy and proud in our well-being, any moment, anything can happen at any moment. In Nimisha Matra, Harati Sarvam. In Bhaj Govindam, it says, Mahakuru Janagana, Mahakuru Janadhana Yauvan Garvam, Harati Nimishat Kalai Sarvam. Any moment, anything can happen. A fall, an accident, a fall. It is the empathy. It is a connecting with others. That is what makes us a human being. The difference between human and animal world is that we have that sensitivity. We are supposed to have the sensitivity which connects us with others. When we see the other suffering, there is some amount of suffering that happens to us as well. Now that is, with this spirit, when Amar Seva Sangam, Sri Thiru Ramakrishnan began this institution, I am not very sure how many could have imagined these institutions to grow like this. Today I am told this institution is serving over 1,000 villages in Tamil Nadu. It is now widely known. Thiru Ramakrishnan has also, his services have been acknowledged at the highest level through the Padma Award. We need many persons like Thiru Ramakrishnan. Our problem is so large. And I admire all those who have achieved. Some of them have been felicitated as an achiever. I am sure there are many others who also have achieved. Each one of you, through your own life of courage, you are a message. You are a message to people around that disability is not a major constraint. Given the will, one can overcome it. And you have proved it, and you have proved it to your success for yourself, but you have also proved it as a huge inspiration to others. On this occasion, I wish the pioneers, Thiru Ramakrishnan and Shankar Raman, and all the team, all those who are associated with it, those who are serving in various capacities at all levels, each one of them is worthy of commendation, worthy of congratulations. They all deserve a very, very big thank you from all of us. This institution is doing great work. It will continue doing it. And the service to humanity, which is, as I said, it is the Parama Dharma, it is the supreme Dharma. You continue doing it. We are all very happy about it. And we all commit ourselves to do whatever we can in our own ways, big or small, to assist this institution and assist institutions similar if it is coming elsewhere. Thank you very much.